Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we are in Pristina, Kosovo.
We made it to Kosovo, which is one of the last places we needed to visit in the Balkans. We're in Pristina, which is apparently the youngest capital in Europe. And there's over 400,000 people living here, but I'm not entirely sure about the numbers because the internet also has different things. Obviously, Kosovo is quite controversial. When I grew up, all I knew about this place was that there was a war here. But today we're going to walk around and see it with our own eyes. And of course, we're going to eat some delicious food, so let's go.
So as always, we need to start off our day with some breakfast. So we came to a place called Mama Mantia for some pastries. As the name suggests, this place serves something called mantia, which looks very similar to Turkish manti, except in pastry form. We read stuff online that said maybe this is of Bosnian origin. It seems like they make the dumpling manti like they normally would, except they pack them tightly in a big sheet pan and then they bake them instead of boiling them or frying them. It looks like this one is covered in maybe some sort of yogurt sauce, and then we got a spicy one and a normal one. So I'm really looking forward to trying this because it looks very unique, and I had never heard about this before we came here to Kosovo. So let's see what it's like. They almost look like little baklava.
Or like little mini burek.
Yeah. Basically, they are more like burek than they are like a dumpling. If you are familiar with these, please let us know in the comments a little bit of the history of these, because I honestly couldn't find much online, but it looks delicious. It honestly does almost remind me of a manti, the dumpling, the filling, but then it does have that flaky phyllo kind of pastry like a burek would. That is super interesting. These are really good. They had all sorts of flavors as well. I think they had meat, they had cheese, and of course this yogurt top one. Yeah, these are delicious.
That is so yummy. It's different than I thought because the meat is not really in between the layers. It's kind of just in the middle, and then it's surrounded by the pastry. So
yeah, it's like a mix between a dumpling and a pastry.
Yeah, it is quite different than burek. I love this. We also got a spicy one and a normal one. I don't know which one's which. I hope I'm getting the normal one. Let's see.
I think it's normal.
That is really good. That is different than the other one. The meat tastes a little bit more saucy, maybe a bit more meaty. I don't know.
Is the meat spiced?
Not as much, no, I don't think. I feel like I still feel the spice from the other one. And the dough is more crispy because I guess it didn't have the sauce on top. That is good. But we also got some ajran to flush it down. This one is, I think, like homemade or something because you just get it in this glass. It's really like light. It's not as salty as other ones, and it is very light and yummy.
Delicious. Like if manti and burek had a baby.
So they have so many different delicious pastries, sweets, cakes, and things like that here, baklava. And we chose another thing that we didn't really know what it was. It just looked delicious. It's this spinach and cheese pie. I think it's called leqenik. That's what they said. It looks yummy. I didn't know we would get a big piece like this. I think this might have corn. It tastes like cornbread with cheese and spinach. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, and this is going to go really well with the ajran.
One of the main things we wanted to try when we came here to Pristina was this. And this is called flija, and this translates to sacrifice. It is an Albanian dish, but it is also found here, of course, in Pristina. And it's like these thin crepe-like layers of pastry. And I think in between is like cheese. They brush it with like sour cream and butter. And I think the shape that it's baked in is supposed to represent the sun. That's what I read. So this looks really good. And I got it with a side of chai or tea. That is so unique. Look at these thin layers. All right. That is really good, and it's totally different from having a burek. The thin layers do taste like a crepe. They're really bouncy, kind of like a German pancake or whatever. Really thin, chewy. You can definitely taste that cheese. It's got this nice little crisp on the top. Yeah, this is really unique and really, really delicious. Let's try this chai. Just a simple black tea, not sweetened, just how I like it.
Oh wow, it's so, bouncy. You can almost not get through it. It's like kind of gooey. Does this have meat?
No,
No, just cheese.
vegetarian.
That is so weird. That is like crepes. That is yummy. And I read that they use fermented kaimak, I think, with it.
We love kaimak.
This is good. This is really heavy though. I think I like the manti the most, followed by this, and then followed by the leqenik. Yeah, but they're all delicious.
It was actually pretty hard to track down the flija because it's actually sold as a whole tray, a whole pie. And I saw places where you had to buy like a kilo and it was like 10 euros and everything like that. So we were really lucky to find this place. Everything was delicious. So yeah, definitely a great spot. Let's try this spinach cheese cornbread dish. Holy. It's like a super buttery, light cornbread with spinach and cheese. Yeah. This is delicious. I like everything, but as you said, I do think the manti are probably the star of the show, especially those yogurt-covered ones.
We're just walking down one of the main walking streets in Pristina, I think. There's all these people around. It's a Saturday, it's sunny, it's hustling and bustling. It's really nice. And there's also food stands and people are sitting in the cafes and enjoying their coffees and foods. It's really nice.
Yeah, and it's late October right now, so the weather is perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold. We're just gonna walk around and continue to explore the city because so far, we actually really, really like it.
If you come to Pristina, one of the things you're definitely going to see is this huge sign that says newborn. Apparently the sign was unveiled on the 17th of February 2008, which is apparently the day when Kosovo declared independence. I think in the beginning it was just yellow, but now it gets a new paint job every year. What's really interesting is that until this day, actually, there are a lot of countries that don't accept Kosovo as a country. Obviously, Serbia, then apparently Greece, Russia, Spain even.
But we are not a political channel whatsoever. We do not like to get too into that because obviously there is a long history there. So we already know that there are going to be a million arguments in the comment section. So we will stay out of it. We'll leave that to you guys.
And as I mentioned earlier, Kosovo is actually the youngest country in Europe age-wise, and Pristina is the youngest city. Apparently 70% of people, over 70%, are 35 and younger, which makes us old here. I think the average person is 29 years old. So it's crazy. We're like grandma and grandpa here.
One of our favorite things about the Balkan countries is that a lot of them have street food, but in particular, they have popcorn. When we were visiting Belgrade, Novi Sad, and Subotica, we got popcorn in every single city, and they also have it here in Pristina. So we were super happy to see this. It's only what, €1?
€1, yeah. We can't say no to popcorn. Popcorn is a favorite.
One of our favorite snacks. So, cheers. Best street food.
Could be a little bit more buttery.
Yeah.
Still pretty good. I take it back. This popcorn is actually very delicious and very buttery. It's divine.
One of the main attractions here in Pristina is the National Library of Kosovo. It was designed by a Croatian architect by the name of Andrija Marjanović. I think that's his name. It was inaugurated in 1982, and I think at first when it was revealed, it was kind of controversial. I'm not sure how a lot of people felt about it. It's this mix of modern and old Ottoman and all these other things. Apparently he designed it with a bunch of different symbolism in mind. I'm not even quite sure. It looks like it's covered in these fish nets, this barbed wire kind of style. It's very unique. Apparently it has 90 different shaped domes all over the top of it. And yeah, it definitely stands out in comparison to all the other buildings here. I think that it holds documents as far back as like the 14th century or something like that, and holds what, like, I think Ani said like 1 million newspapers and all these old articles and books. Yeah, absolutely insane. You can also go inside. I'm not sure if we're gonna do that or not. Maybe we will check it out, but yeah, pretty cool building. One thing that's hard not to notice when you're here in Pristina is that there are a lot of street dogs. There are actually a ton of them all over the country in general. I think there's over 4,000 just in Pristina alone, which is crazy. And when we actually got off the bus and we're walking along, it seemed like everybody's afraid of them because there have been attacks by wild feral dogs here and people have been injured in the past. But it's really sad because some of the dogs are also really friendly and I feel like a lot of them just want love and attention, but also you have to be very careful because of course they could have rabies, they could bite you, so it's pretty sad to see. I think of a lot of them are actually abandoned pets as well. I think people get the dogs and then once they reach a certain age they kind of just leave them on the street. Yeah, you can be fined for that here. Two of the dogs that came up to us were super friendly, so maybe they were somebody's pets in the past, I don't know, but some of them also seem pretty vicious. Like, you need to be careful for sure, but definitely an unfortunate side to the city.
So we just walked into the Cathedral of Saint Mother Teresa, which is almost in the city center, and it's a fairly new church. And when you go in, it's very pristine and sleek in there. It's not like as intricate as other churches, and we almost had it for ourselves. It was pretty empty.
I think that construction began in 2007 and was finished sometime around 2010. The first brick was actually laid by the first former president of Kosovo. And what is interesting is he is Muslim, as is 90% of the population here in Kosovo. So I'm not sure how people feel about this cathedral. I think it was a little bit controversial when it was revealed that this was going to be built. So you'll have to let us know in the comments how you feel about it. And just in case you don't know who Mother Teresa is, she is an Albanian nun born in Skopje. And yeah, you can see her all throughout the Balkans, especially in Macedonia, in Albania, and here in Kosovo. There's churches named after her, streets, a square here, so pretty interesting.
What's really weird is that there's all these huts right outside the cathedral. They look like Christmas market huts. They're empty. It's only October, so I have no idea what they're for. I don't know if they're just here all year round until the Christmas market starts or if there's other markets here. Weird. We're now here at the Bill Clinton statue, which is right next to the Bill Clinton Boulevard. So there are a couple things named after him. And the reason for that is Kosovo people are actually quite thankful to America and Bill Clinton specifically for helping end the Kosovo War and for them gaining independence.
The statue itself is 11 feet tall, and I think it was revealed on November 1st in 2009, and Bill Clinton himself came here and gave a speech. You can also see little hints of appreciation for America all over the city. You see stands selling American flags. There was even an American diner that we passed when we walked by. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see. We now stopped at a place called Baron Taverna for some drinks, and the waiter asked us what we wanted, and we decided we're gonna get some beer and some raki because we are here in Kosovo. And we accidentally ordered 2 raki each and a beer each because we wanted to try 2 different flavors. So lost in translation a bit, but I will never say no to more raki.
Now we're gonna be wasted after this.
That's fine. I think we ordered a plum and a pear. I'm not sure which is which, but I guess we'll find out. The beer that they have here is Peja, and I think that is an Albanian brand. I drank it in Tirana, but off camera. It was delicious, so cheers, or whatever you say here in Kosovo. Crisp, clean, refreshing, very cold. And we will chase it with a little bit of raki. I guess I did it in the wrong order. I can't tell which one this is, but it's really smooth actually. Delicious.
I'm glad I just got a small beer because I didn't expect to have 2 shots. I'm a little bit scared. I think in Albania you said shuha, something like that, to say cheers. That's what they told us. And here in Kosovo, they actually speak mostly Albanian as well, so I assume it's the same. We don't have the internet here, we don't have a local SIM card, so when it comes to any of the facts we said today, if they were wrong, you better correct us in the comments. Do it nicely though. One thing I wanted to say though, especially while we're sitting here in this area, it's so nice. It's kind of a surprise to have like this, I don't know, this bustling kind of nice party area. And I read that a lot of people consider Pristina as one of the ugliest capitals in Europe. I don't think it's that ugly. I think it's actually really nice. Yeah, I've definitely been to uglier cities. I think it's really charming. People are nice. Maybe it's also because it's a nice autumn day, but refreshing. Let's have some raki. Oh. But yes, this is a little bit sweet. It's much different than the one we had in Albania, actually. It's nice.
It's protecting us.
Are you protecting us?
Are you protecting us from the evil dogs? Whenever you come to any Balkan country or area, you have to have some grilled meat. So we came to a place called Shaban Grill House for a mixed platter of meat. We've got some kofta, we've got some sausage, we've got some salad, tzatziki maybe. It looks delicious. Unfortunately, they ran out of kaymak. We were gonna get a dish with kaymak, but that's okay. And we also ordered a shopska salad on the side. And it comes with this nice, fresh bread. So I'm gonna rip myself a piece and try some of this delicious grilled meat. All right, I built myself a bite with some of that salad, some of that sauce, and a big meatball here. This is gonna be delicious, I know it is. It smells amazing. That meat is amazing. So juicy, super char grilled. It's got that nice kiss of the flame. You have nice pillowy soft bread, and those vegetables pair really nicely with it as well. They add a nice little freshness to it. This is really good. Honestly, I feel like I could order 10 plates of this grilled meat. It is delicious. It's to die for.
Let me try the sausage. And some dip. That is yummy. That meat just smells amazing. It smells like so freshly grilled charcoal, and it tastes like that too. And it's so affordable. Like this whole plate is only €6.80, I think, €6.80. I think this is enough for two.
Maybe two, if you're not very hungry.
The kofta is amazing. I'm also gonna try the chopska salad, which is cucumber, tomato, and cheese on top. This is technically Bulgarian, but in our Serbian videos, a lot of people were fighting about where it was from, so.
So it's either Serbian, Bulgarian, maybe it's from Kosovo, but who knows?
Who knows, it doesn't matter. I know it tastes delicious. I love that cheese on top. It's better, I feel like, than a Greek salad. I don't know, it's a different type of cheese and I love it.
We also have this sausage. Ani says it's of Turkish origin. We've had this before maybe in like menemen and stuff like that. If it's this sausage, not really sure. Either way, it looks delicious, super char grilled. That is so good too. If you eat meat, you cannot go wrong with any of these grilled meat spots. Like, they were all over the city. I feel like when you walk around here in Pristina, you can just smell the meat coming off the grill. There's so many restaurants like that. And this one is amazing. If you have a spot that you go to here in Pristina, please let us know so maybe we can visit it next time.
We just finished our dinner and it was amazing. We're so full and we actually only spent less than €10, which is crazy that we were able to eat for that amount of money and be full. But this is the end of the video. This is the end of our time here. We're actually only in Pristina for a few days. We really loved it though. It's an amazing city. It's a lot better than people described and we're really
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, we're very surprised. We loved it.
But if you did like this video, please give it a like, write us a comment, and by far the most important thing is to hit that subscribe button. That is it for now. We will see you all in the next one. Bye.